on, let's go outside. Let's take a walk in the sun. There are things to learn and things to see. A big wide world for you, your dog, and me. Dog Talk.
Hi friends, and welcome to Dog Talk. After 5 years and 7 seasons, Pat Becker has finally taken a vacation, so I'm filling in for the day. My name is Janice Kramer. I'm the producer of the show, but today I'm filling in as host, and we have a wonderful show planned. So join the conversation and stick around. Our first guest is Megan Hickey, and her beautiful dog, is it Hawk?
Haka.
Haka. Haka's an elderly dog. You are Dog of the Week winner, and you've got a super cool job that we're going to talk about here in just a moment. But first, tell me a little bit about Haka.
I had moved from New York City. I was working as a modern dancer in New York, and I moved to Norman to go to OU. And I didn't know anyone, and I felt like a little bit, just kind of like down. And I was like, I'm going to go volunteer at the animal shelter.
Good idea.
So I started volunteering for the Norman Animal Shelter, and Haka came in, and he had only like little patches of fur all over his body.
What?
And he had been burned with an iron by his previous owners.
Oh, gosh.
And he was a little bit aggressive and didn't really like people, so they thought they were going to euthanize him. And I would always be in his area of the kennel, so I just went back there and like stick my hand in his kennel, and he would sit right by my hand. And then I just asked if I could take him home, and they were like, yeah, I mean, if you really want to, he's going to require a lot of attention though. So I ended up taking him home, and it took a while for him to trust me, and then I ended up training him, and he's 11 years old now, and he's been used as a therapy dog for sex trafficking workers and with kids who have had different mental disorders. So he's kind of overcame his life a little bit. And he gets to go to work with me every day now.
Oh, really? Awesome. Oh my gosh, Haka, you might be a little spoiled now. You say this dog was once pretty much bald and aggressive, and it's really hard for me to believe looking at him now.
Now he's like Ferdinand the Bull.
Oh my gosh. He is such a sweet guy, and he recently went blind, is that correct?
He got hereditary husky glaucoma 2 years ago.
Okay.
So he had his eye taken out, and then about in January it transferred over to the other eye.
Wow.
So a few weeks ago he went completely blind. So it's been adjustment in our house.
A transition, definitely. This is a true survival story, not only for Haka, but for you too. What a great story. Thank you so much for bringing him on and
of course,
rescuing him. That's amazing. You are our Dog of the Week winner. You and Haka. I mean, you're not the Dog of the Week. Haka's the Dog of the Week. So we have a $100 gift card to A1 Pet Emporium. And then we've got tons of goodies in here. He's kind of calm, so I'm not going to... Well, that didn't take very long. Here's a baby.
He loves squeaky toys.
Okay, you can have that baby. And there's treats in here and all kinds of goodies, so you guys can take that home with you.
Awesome.
But you were telling... No problem. You were telling me you bring Haka to work with you. Tell our viewers where you work and what you guys do.
I am a producer for Scissortail Media. We're a video production company that specializes in creative storytelling. We usually work with clients who we believe are world changers and who we believe are the best kept secrets of wherever they are.
That's a good idea.
I know, it's kind of amazing. We get to tell really cool stories. A recent story that we told is this girl who's actually my roommate. Her name's Amy. She has a degenerative disorder that's causing her to go slowly blind and deaf.
Oh my gosh.
And she taught herself how to do her ceramics completely blindfolded so that she'd be able to do that whenever she has lost her vision and her hearing completely.
Wow.
So we did a video for her for the Huff Ear Institute, and then we also did all the Hero Award videos for the Oklahoma Humane Society. And they've been a client of ours for a few years.
And it's a really great event. We're going to see some of that video in just a moment. But I'll tell you what, there are definitely some challenges, you and I can relate on this, to having dogs on TV and trying to get them what you want them to do. We have a sneak peek of what Scissortail Media does with animals. Take a look. so many beautiful clips in that. The one where the dog's like running through the screen and like tackles in the playpen. That's adorable.
I know. That's Polly. That was a story of 3 rescued boxers. One was a mom and the other 2 were her puppies that got new homes through the Central Oklahoma Humane Society.
And another clip I recognized on there was Kate and the elderly gentleman.
Kate and Dawn.
Oh my gosh.
I know, their story is so sweet. They were featured last year as a hero award for the Oklahoma Humane Society.
And you brought us a clip of one of this year's hero awards from the Central Oklahoma Humane Society. Tell us a little bit about this story we're about to see.
Yes, Spartan was an intake with the Humane Society, and they didn't really know what was wrong with him at first. They just knew that all of a sudden he went paralyzed. And then they found out that he had over 1,000 ticks on him, and so he had tick paralysis. So his now owners decided to foster him for a while. He had to undergo a lot of surgeries, get special boots made for him to learn how to walk again.
Oh my gosh.
I know, he was really distrusting of people, but the home that he's in now is amazing. It's filled with other dogs and lots of love. So he has a really great story.
That is a great story. Take a look at Spartan's survival story.
Longtime OK Humane volunteers and fosters Whitney and Greg McFadden weren't prepared for what 2016 would hold when they lost 2 of their dogs. They suddenly found themselves with a hole in their hearts and the need for another dog. Meanwhile, the Central Oklahoma Humane Society quickly moved to save a dog who was covered in thousands of ticks and suffering from a tick paralysis and anemia. Spartan, a 2-year-old Australian Shepherd, narrowly survived and captured the hearts of everyone. This precious pup needed a special foster home, extensive medical care, and months of physical therapy. Spartan has had a long road to recovery, and the McFaddens promise not to give up on his progress.
Oklahoma City Animal Welfare called OK Humane and said, I think that you might want to evaluate this dog. So OK Humane went over and evaluated him, and he's the sweetest thing ever, but very weak, very malnourished, but at that time still walking and still able to move. And OK Humane put out the plea for a foster to pick him up. At that time, I was not the foster. Another family stepped up and said we'd foster him. And he got to their house and got into safety, and within 2 hours he collapsed. And at that point in time, it was obvious that this was more than malnourishment and more than anemia. He was actually paralyzed. It was because he had over 1,000 ticks on him, and they carry a toxicity at times that can paralyze or cause neurotoxicity. The decision had to be made right then and there whether OK Humane was going to treat him or he was going to have to be euthanized, and they made the decision that let's take him in, and they took him to the hospital and started treating him then. They rehabilitated him to the point where I could bring him home, and the front of his front legs worked and his back legs were just starting. So we would walk around with him holding a towel and carry him around. And we also had special shoes for him to gain traction, but his hip area and his legs were so emaciated that even with the shoes, he did not really have the strength to stand himself up and walk. And so it was obviously a very sad situation, but also a very determined situation, because this dog, in his eyes, you knew he wanted to be here and he wanted to be saved. He only stayed up for that long because he needs to be here. You know, he probably should have collapsed and died where he had been, but he actually made it into the program. He knew he was trying so hard to be saved, and so everybody was focused on saving him. When Spartan got here, the first thing that he did was follow the dogs, all of my dogs. It was the walking and following the other dogs that really, I think, hit him that, oh, this is an environment I can relax in. And that was his first experience. From there on, kind of developed his little doggy personality. And he's definitely a dog now. He definitely knows how to do it. My plan will be, when he is rehabilitated to the point where he can go to dog therapy training, and he will be a therapy dog, And I think that he really will be most valuable with people that have had the same sort of situation as he has, because Spartan is so loving and so overcoming of his disability that I think he will help other people that have those types of disabilities and let them see that you can live, you can go and run around and be a human or be a dog or be a kid or be an adult or be whatever you want to be, that you can not lose your light and not lose your energy. You can actually still be like Spartan and realize that life is still worth living.
That was an amazing story. I'll be honest, Megan, I was at the Hero Awards and that video was playing, and I had my makeup on and my hair done, and then it just started coming down my face. I was just crying so much, but it was a beautiful story. You all did a wonderful job.
Thank you. And the good thing about the Humane Society is stories like Spartan, they're like, that happens every day whenever you get to work with them.
That's amazing.
It's just, there's so many stories to tell from that organization. They do an amazing job at what they do.
Well, and you have a great story with Haka as well. You guys, you were telling me during that video that you guys are going to go home, and Haka has some roommates to play with and bring some toys back to. Tell me about his roommates.
He does. I live with 2 other friends, and we have 2 other dogs that live there, my cat, and then we also have a 10-week-old pig who lives with us, who's so cute. He just snorts around and he loves to cuddle with Haka and chase the cat. And he sleeps with Haka underneath my bed. And
so Haka's snuggle buddy is a pig, in fact.
Yeah, he is.
Seems like a pretty fun family atmosphere, definitely. Thank you so much for coming and all the wonderful work that you guys do.
Thank you.
For dogs and animals. We appreciate that a lot.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, friends, but coming up next, Pet Angels Rescue is here, and they have got the cutest dogs available for adoption and a few cats as well. Stay tuned.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Welcome back, friends. We've got a busy set here now. I'm joined with Dana Puckett from Pet Angels Rescue. Thanks so much for joining us, Dana.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
We're good. Now, you have brought dogs and cats. We are Dog Talk, but we like the cats too. Tell us about the little guys you've got with you today.
So all these are just different animals that, you know, even though they're all babies, they're already homeless because there's just so many out there.
Oh, that's tough.
So this cutie pie here, she landed herself in the Altus Pound.
Okay.
So, and they were overcrowded, so we took her out. So as you can see, she gets a pretty cool little blue eye going on there. We have no clue what mix of dogs she could be.
A little bit of everything. But I'll tell you, during commercial break, we were just sitting here talking, and she's a lover.
Yeah.
A cuddler, and such a sweet disposition. Oh my gosh. She's adorable. She's not going to last very long. And she likes the cats. Now this booger, I'm going to call him Booger because that's what he is. Tell me a little bit about this guy.
His name is Domino. He's about 11-week-old Havanese puppy. So one of those situations where the family ended up with a puppy and then just life got overwhelming about the same time. So he ended up in the rescue as well.
And he's definitely high energy.
Yes.
And that's why I'm going to refer to him as Booger throughout the same. But he's cute as heck too.
Appropriately named Domino due to his little black and white color.
Exactly.
So.
And these kitty cats, where have these little guys come from?
2 of these came from a feed store where we buy our horse feed at. So you're going to be used as a kitty treat. Mm-hmm. And one of them was we were trapping a group of feral cats, and she had her kittens. She had her kittens before we got her in to get her spayed. So because we trapped her on a Friday, and then she had her kittens over the weekend. She was going in that next morning to get fixed.
And you guys come on Dog Talk quite frequently, but tell our viewers that aren't familiar what kind of the mission of Pet Angels Rescue is.
Pet Angels Rescue, we do all breeds of dogs. We also do small caged animals. So we're actually building an adoption center soon, and we'll be able to do cats more. Currently, we don't do cats a whole lot. We just they landed in our laps, literally.
Sure.
So we're helping them out too. So But yeah, just dogs and cats, and we got horses. We got potbelly pig up for adoption.
Oh my gosh, a little bit of everything down there, definitely. Well, we want to help you out with that adoption center here at Dog Talk, so we have a $500 donation to
Thank you
Pet
very much.
Angels to help you guys out. And if these guys need a home, if a viewer sees one that they're interested in, where can they go to find out more information?
On our website, petangelsrescue.org, we list all of the pets that are up for adoption there.
Okay.
So these two guys actually just got fixed the other day. So they're not even posted up for adoption yet. So, but I'm sure they'll go quick as soon as they are. So
Sounds good. We'll check them out, Pet Angels Rescue. We're going to take a quick break on Dog Talk, but coming up next, Pet and friends are going to come and do some wonderful arts and crafts with us. Stay tuned.
When the temperature drops below freezing and a dog's body temperature drops below the normal range of 101 to 102 degrees down to 95 or less, hypothermia becomes a probability. Please don't let that happen. Your dog is part of your family. He's kin. So bring him in.
Hey friends, welcome back to Dog Talk. I'm now with the Rollins ladies. And you guys have got some arts and crafts for us today.
We do. We're going to show you a really simple craft that you can do for your pet or your human friends. Inexpensive, no sew. And we have been making blankets. And they're two-sided out of very soft fleece.
That is very soft.
And my daughter started making these for her friends, and we found some cute fabric with puppy prints on it. She goes, I'm going to make one for my dog, who has now become obsessed with it. She gets in and spreads it out before she goes to bed in her little kennel, and that's her blanket.
bed.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't be touching her blanket, so we did not bring that one with us.
Okay, great. So I know it looks real easy, and you guys say it's easy, but not Martha Stewart here, so I need some help.
It's really easy. I'm not the most
So what do we do?
artistic
How do we
person.
do this?
Okay, well, first you have to get 2 things of fleece, and it doesn't matter if it has a pattern or just completely blank like this one. And you lay them right sides up or the softest side up on each side. And if there's like which one it has like, it sometimes can have a very weird kind of white edge. You just cut it off because it's not the most attractive. But whenever you start with this, you don't exactly have to measure, but roughly 4 inches on each of the corners in like this, and you would cut a square out of it like this.
On each corner, right?
On every corner, yes.
Okay.
So there's no just random, wouldn't cut, okay. Yeah, so just cut that off and
That's throwaway.
yeah, throw away, doesn't need it anymore. And then you would start cutting.
I'm gonna switch you.
Okay. You start cutting strips
Okay.
about, again, 4 inches. It
Okay.
doesn't matter exactly what size, just down the edge, like so.
And this is
And-
nice because it doesn't matter if it's not perfect because you can't tell. This is
Yeah.
like very forgiving craft.
Yeah, very, very forgiving. And since it's for your pet, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect because they're not going to notice
Well,
the small
depending on the
details.
drama queen we got,
Well,
some of them can be little divas.
Yeah. And then once you're done cutting all the edges, you can either after each edge start tying them in knots. But what I do on the corners is I take one from the opposite side and then the other side and tie them together.
Oh, okay, that kind of like seals the deal.
Yeah,
huh?
I don't fully
Okay.
tie this one in a knot, but then I take the other 2 free pieces, tie them again, and then take the other 2 that you tied first and tie those into a knot.
So a triple knot.
Yes, and it just secures that edge because that's the most likely place to untie, but then you just keep going
Come back
along
through.
down the row, just
Tie knots.
tying knots until your hands fall off.
Oh.
But, yeah.
And do you tie them twice or once?
Twice. You
Okay,
do that.
twice.
It's
Okay.
kind of like if you would tie just like a regular little knot,
Okay.
and you just keep tying and tying and tying.
I could totally do this while watching Dog Talk. You
That's
know
what
what
I
I mean?
do, honestly.
Just
I just
watch Dog Talk and tie
Any
some
kind
ties.
of TV show, whatever's your favorite, get yourself a drink and a snack.
Yeah.
And just tie your heart out, honestly.
And with the holidays coming up, this would be fun. Like, you don't know what to get your friends for the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
But if they have dogs, like my dog, Mr. Duke, would super enjoy this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
definitely.
and the good thing with these is you can color coordinate them to fit your decor in your home. you also can do holiday ones. The fleece is not expensive. Hobby Lobby and Walmart has a small selection, but Joann's has a huge selection from glamorous to dog theme, I mean, holiday theme, whatever you want. And I actually have thrown this in my car because I have leather seats and I don't usually like the dogs in my car, but my car was the only one available at the time. And because it's so thick and squishy, I could poke it down around the edges of the seats and down underneath, and it never slipped. It was so nice. Renee has one. She has in the back of her FJ for when the dogs ride in the car, and they don't slide around, and it's nice and soft. They wash well.
Yeah, they wash very, very, very well. And they don't pill that I've noticed or just rip apart when you throw them in there. But what you can do with the scraps of it, if you do decide to cut the edges or if you get too much, you can make little tie tug toys.
Oh, nice.
And the fleece is actually really good for their teeth. It kind of cleans it and everything. But what you would, and then what you do is you would gather 3 pieces like this. You would tie them in a knot.
And then just French braid?
Yeah.
And just tie?
Yeah.
Hold?
Just begin to braid.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, if you don't know how to braid, I don't know.
YouTube has videos.
YouTube has it.
Go on
We got it on
YouTube.
YouTube, definitely.
Yeah, but you just kind of go one over the other until you get your desired length. If you want to make it, if you have a small dog, you can stop about here. If you have a big dog, you can go all the way down.
Keep on going.
Yeah, let's just keep on going. But I mean, it's just a simple, easy toy to make, and it's good. It scrubs their teeth.
That's good.
Which is also really
and
good.
good breath. That's important as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
Dental hygiene for pets is always really good, especially if you don't want to have to take them to the dentist all the time, because that can get pricey, and they don't really like it very much.
Not really.
So,
and this is fun.
Yeah.
Great idea. I like it, girls.
And how do you finish?
And then you can just tie it in a knot.
Tie it in a knot.
Yeah.
And you're done. Okay.
Try to tie it in a knot.
So no sew.
Yeah, no sew again.
I'm all about that.
I mean, if you have a sewing machine and you want to like sew the edges on the blanket, go right ahead.
But it's for a dog.
Yeah, it's for a dog. I mean, if you want to sew the edges on your friend's blanket, you can.
Okay.
But I like the tie because it looks a lot simpler, and it's like it just adds a little something to the blanket.
Definitely.
Makes it a little bit extra, just kind of more,
fun.
More fun.
Well, I have got a craft idea for you guys too, a little surprise. And the cutest, not one, but we've got 2 Dog of the Week winners. Stay tuned, a precious corgi is next.
A1 Pet Emporium is Oklahoma's authority on healthy nutrition for dogs and cats. Quality does not have to cost more, and we only have the best. If your pet suffers from allergies, digestive issues, skin infections, or hair loss, it may be the result of their diet. A1 Pet Emporium can help. We offer pet portraits monthly, adorable rescue animals every Saturday from noon to 4, and free dog and cat food samples. Locally owned and operated, we want to be your neighborhood pet store.
Hey friends, welcome back to Dog Talk. We now have another Dog of the Week winner with us for this week. This is Miss Jennifer Pate. Jennifer, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
And this is Feisty Lily here. Tell me about how you came in contact with this woman, this diva.
I've had corgis for about 13 years, and I lost both my older corgis, and I was looking for a corgi puppy, and it took me about 6 months of research to find a breeder that I really trusted and liked her lines and good healthy lines.
She's beautiful. Can we stand her up here, Renee, and see if she'll actually come up for us? How old is Miss Lily?
She is 12 weeks.
Okay. 12 weeks old, and she's got beautiful markings. Not much of a personality, I mean, I wish she'd come out of her shell a little bit here.
Yeah, corgis are known for strong personalities. They're herding dogs. So they very strong personalities.
She is absolutely adorable. Okay, so as promised, we're gonna do some more arts and crafts here. I've got paw print paintings here. I've done this on Rise and Shine before when we came on for Dog Talk. We're gonna see how Miss Lily will take to the paint. So I've already started the situation here. This is just a blank canvas. I got this at Michael's for like $2. What do you think, Miss Lily? She's like, all right.
She's like, it has pink on it.
Okay, it's pink. Well, pink's her color.
Yeah,
That's her
she says it has
signature
pink
color,
on it.
right?
I can do that.
And then I've got some just acrylic paint here. This isn't gonna hurt the dog's paws, but it's important that you make sure to have a washcloth nearby so that you can immediately clean it off. Might take a little bit of scrubbing, but let's face it, the paws need some, pedicures too. So we've already got some pink going. Let's see how she does with the yellow here. You're just gonna take a paw, lift it up, and just kind of paint the paw. Look at Lily. She's like, heck no, woman. And then, okay. And then we'll just kind of paw print. Okay, so we got a baby one out of that, just a little spot. But it's gonna take some trial and error, and Miss Lily's a puppy, so that's okay. That's okay, Miss Lily. We'll try again. We'll try just one more time. Oh, look at her. She's like, absolutely not. Okay, Miss Lily, okay. She's definitely a diva, and I kind of like it a lot, actually. So we can see over here, this is one that I did with my dog, Duke, and Mr. Duke is a Great Dane. He's definitely got bigger paws, but you just kind of make the paws out of whatever paint color you want, and then you can take a different color, like green for the leaves or something like that, and you just kind of swoop down. This is yes, tell them. This is fun to do with the kids. It's just an afternoon activity when you're sitting around not doing much, but you want to have some fun with your dog as well. Yes, and Lily's going to tell us how to do it. I am not the best Picasso in the world, so my drawings and paintings are a little not on par, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. So yeah, you do all that, and then we've got it good to go. You end up with something like a masterpiece over there. I would call that a masterpiece.
I think it is.
Yeah, definitely. This is another option you can do, is just take a tile. A1 Pet Emporium does pet portraits all the time, so I had this done with Mr. Duke, and I put some paw prints on there. It's just a good something you can have in the dog room or office or whatever you like to do. So lots of fun there you can do with paw print paintings. So we have a little bag for Miss Lily to take home with her. We've got a leash in here, a $100 gift certificate to A1 Pet Emporium, and some toys as well. What do you think of that, Miss Lily?
And one of the blankets that we made, which is down there.
Oh, I'll get it for you.
Okay.
A blanket as well.
And a toy.
Oh,
Thank you.
You're welcome. That will be your little bed, and you can get a little toy.
she's like, good, it's a lot better than getting my paws painted.
She's like, I'll just chew on the bed.
She's adorable. Are you going to do any activities with her, Jennifer?
Yeah, she's I do agility with my dogs.
Good.
She's gonna be great.
She's got tons of energy and it's going to be great for that. Thank you so much for bringing her.
Well, thank you for having us. We enjoyed it.
Great. We've had a wonderful time here on Dog Talk. Next week, we're going to take a look more in depth at the Central Oklahoma Humane Society Hero Awards. Tune in next week at 8 o'clock right here on KAUT.
Dogs. We're talking about dogs. Talking about big dogs, talking about little dogs, oh yeah. Chasing the ball, chasing the cat, digging hole, thing like that. Dogs, talking about dogs. Laughing dogs, sad dogs, happy dogs, mad dogs, dogs. Just talking about dogs.